Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the What's Good podcast. God damn it. God damn it. It's now become a thing, hasn't it?
Yep. I'm in my lounge trousers today.
I wish I was.
What, you in jeans?
I'm in jeans.
I had jeans on earlier and I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave the house. I went to an escape room.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
We spoke about this.
We got out. 10 minutes to spare.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
Imagine, like...
We got out with 10 minutes left.
That's actually good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one I've ever done, actually, we failed it.
I've only done 3 now and I've never failed.
Maybe I should do one with you then.
I don't.
Maybe you are the key.
The thing is, right, so they give you like clues.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fail with the clue.
Sometimes I felt the one that we went to was really hard, though.
Where was it?
It was in Vegas. It was before one of the fights.
Okay.
And it was with like it was with Amir's manager.
It wasn't before one of the fights.
It was with Vidal's manager.
Before one of the fights?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was the time. Remember when I left? It was that day. When I left, you all went to an escape room.
Yeah, so when I said before, I didn't mean before. Like,
was it not like just before?
No, I mean like one of the times we went for something to do with like a press conference or training or something. Yeah. We just did it. It's like a team building exercise. But it was a bit, some people took it too serious, and then when you go too serious, I feel like you panic more. You can't panic in an escape room. I don't feel like you have to just kind of like.
Yeah, we started panicking at the end today because there was like this final. We only had one thing left, and it was a Braille clue.
Oh wow!
So we're sat there with like a Braille code,
yeah,
and then there's some bumps at the top.
Okay.
But basically, the bumps were all stuck on, so some of them moved a little bit. So we were there like, this doesn't match.
Yeah. So
they eventually had to tell us, like they had to give us a clue.
Was it an error on their part?
Yeah, I think so.
Down.
Yeah.
Down.
So they ended up just giving us a clue, and we were like, "Oh, we're out now. Thanks, done."
Bro, in our one, someone came out. There was an actor, and he came and started grabbing our feet. And at that point, I was like, "Nah, this is too weird now."
Yeah. So they told us one today that they said there's like live theatre.
Yeah, I don't like that.
They said you start off not in the one I was in, but you start off in another one in a pitch black room, and you're chained up.
Yeah.
I was like,
nah,
this doesn't sound. I don't know.
It freaks me out because this guy was not supposed to break character.
I hate that.
Me too. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he's running around as if he's like a zombie crawling. And I'm like, I know you're not a zombie. I know you're a real person.
Yeah.
Just get up and stop making a fool of yourself. Talk to me. Get me out, bro.
Do you like Thorpe Park Fright Nights? Like the mazes specifically?
I've never been to one.
Never been to one? Have you ever been? You've never been to like a horror maze?
No, but you've told me about one before though.
See, they are like, I love Thorpe Park. The mazes I hate.
Because there are actors there, right?
And they don't break character. And I'm there like, and because they aren't breaking character, sometimes they go overboard and like one guy starts shouting and he like spits on you a little bit while he's shouting.
Yeah. In my opinion, they should, as soon as they know you're not about it, they should just stop and move to the next person.
Yeah.
If I'm like, yo, I'm not really into this. They continue. But
they'll be like, why are you in here then?
What's that my friend brought me?
Yeah, true. But they're not going to sit and have a conversation with you.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, no, for example, I'll be like, no, I'm not into this. And then they'll be like, ooh. But whatever they do, they'll continue to do that. And I'm like, no, I'm not about it. Please move on to the next person. Just Talia enjoy them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, go and book Talia.
What do you mean?
I'm saying like,
I wasn't them. Okay,
I'm not about it. Go and book someone who is about it. Because I'm sure.
I'm clearly just here as like, I'm just.
+1.
Yeah, they didn't want to do it on their own.
I feel like G, Talia and Freya would be really into that type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine's just like, I love horror films and stuff like that, but a real life thing, it's like if you ain't actually about it and you're not going to kill me, don't pretend like you're going to kill me.
I think it's more of the pretending than the scary. I don't like scary things anyway, but it's more of them pretending. I also don't like improv. You know, when they do like improvisation.
Yeah.
I just find it silly. I can respect it, and I know I understand why people would do it and how it's creative. It's like freestyling, but like in acting and comedy. But I wouldn't really. It just seems silly because what's the point?
Yeah,
because it's not real.
There's one maze we went where there's a final aisle, like alleyway. So you turn left, and as you turn left, the exit's there, and you're obviously like, oh, okay, we're free.
Yeah.
So you start walking out, and where you turn left, there's like a fake wall right, and a guy comes out of there with a chainsaw and kind of like runs after you for like, to make sure you go out.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, okay, so if I just walk. Like, is he gonna just put a chainsaw through my body?
Yeah,
is he gonna kick me? Is he gonna Spartan kick me out?
Imagine if
and I'm not. That's not me trying to be like, oh, I'm tough. Whatever. It's just like, look, this is an actor.
Yeah.
He kicks me. He's fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're not meant to touch you.
Imagine if you're like you try to be big man.
Yeah.
He's running after you with a chainsaw, and you're like, "Oh, I want me," and he just
It's slices.
it's just the chainsaw's real.
Little arm off.
Yeah. He's like, "Find out if I'm joking, mate."
So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
You got out in 10 minutes. That's class.
No,
we did
with
10 minutes.
10,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm in jeans is I've not been home all weekend. I went to a Pokemon tournament yesterday.
Firstly, you also went to the Forest
game, yeah.
Can we not talk about football?
I was gonna get into it. I was gonna to be fair, when I was coming here, I was thinking about starting the podcast off by being really happy about football. Because
Leeds,
for those who don't know, you say it, Simon.
Leeds lost.
Let's go
to a handball, 2 handballs.
Yeah, to be fair to you, I'm glad you lost. Obviously, well, I'm not. I wouldn't be glad if you lost just because you're Leeds. I'm not like I don't hate Leeds. I know we all hate Leeds, but I don't hate Leeds.
We're your contenders.
Because Forest are close. I mean, I'd like both. If we could be in a world where they both went up, I would choose that. But right now, Forest on your heels, so I'm glad you lost. And Forest won. That's why I'm gassed.
Okay, enough about football.
Yeah,
you went to a Pokemon tournament.
Nah, so as you guys know, I've got a second channel now where I started off doing just random games, but then I started playing Pokemon more and just enjoyed it. So now I'm like, that's like my Pokemon channel. It's gas. And in that, obviously I'm doing like pack openings. It started with pack openings, but then the new game came out, Sword and Shield. So I started playing the game, and I used to play competitive Pokemon, which is like called VGC. It's like 2 Pokemon, 2v2. You start with 6 Pokemon each, like your team. But then once you see each other's team, you pick 4 and you just battle 2-on-2 until all the Pokemon is gone. So I used to play that when I was like at uni and used to really enjoy it, go to some tournaments and that. And then this time I was like, because I've got a channel now doing Pokemon, let me like actually play it. And I call it Road to Worlds. There's a big world championships for Pokemon, and it's always in like Hawaii or Washington or whatever. But this year it's in London. I was like, this is gas. So I was like, I really wanted to go to it, and I thought, better yet, let me try and compete for it, qualify for it. It's really hard to qualify. You have to get a lot of points. So I thought what I could do is I could try and like do a series like Road to Worlds where I try and get better at the game online. And I was like, wow, it's actually gas if I actually go to some tournaments in real life and play the game and see so Laura filmed it. I'm gonna vlog it and all that.
Yeah.
So I saw there was one yesterday in like Cannock, which is really far away.
I don't know where
near
that is.
Staffordshire, I think.
Sure.
So it's near pretty much it's an hour away from my parents' house.
Okay.
I had a Forest game on Sunday at 12, which means I can't go in the morning from London. So you know what? I'm going to go to Nottingham on the day before Saturday. I was like, oh, bet yeah, let's go to this tournament. So Laura and I went to this tournament. I tried to sleep the night before. I couldn't, not because I was nervous. I just couldn't sleep.
It's like Christmas.
No. So I had 1 hour sleep. So I had to get up at 6:30. I had to get the train by 8 from Euston. 3 hour. It was like a 2.5 hour train journey to Cannock.
Jeez.
Got there, did this tournament, and then went home to Nottingham. Then Forest game today. But long story actually,
do you want to say?
I was going to tell you how I did, but I'm maybe just going to watch the vlog.
Yeah. When's it out?
It's already out.
It's already out.
Yeah. It'll be, by the time you guys watch this, it's already out. But no, I think it's really interesting. I didn't do amazing, but there were a lot of very good players there. And I did do all right against those. I forgot, I didn't know the guys who I was playing with were who they were. Because I only know them by their name. I don't know what they look like. I went home, saw the listing. I was like, yo, he's actually like some sick players. And I did okay against them. So I think Worlds is like in August. So I've got some time to practice and get better.
So do you like, is it, does Pokemon still get to level 100? And that's
No. So the way it works is every Pokemon is leveled to level 50.
In this tournament?
In the tournament. So if you've got, it used to be, you have to be minimum level 50. But now, if you've got level 1, it'll be level 50. Some Pokemon you can evolve by like happiness,
but it keeps their level 100 moves.
Yeah. So everything gets scaled. So if you're 100 or level 1, it'll get scaled to what your stats will be at 50.
Okay.
And you can do things that there's like hidden. You know, like IVs on Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
There's like IVs, EVs. So you have to train your Pokemon, make sure their stats are better, the best they can be. But
wait, IVs.
IVs is like individual value. So there's 6 stats, I think. There's like HP, attack, and defense.
Yeah.
Special attack, special defense, and then speed.
Okay.
So there's individual values of each of those stats from 0 to 31. So you can have a 0 attack Charizard. I could have a 31 attack Charizard, and mine same level, but mine's better because I've trained the EVs. It's like random numbers, and EVs are a different one. They're called effort values, where you give a certain amount to each Pokemon in certain stats. It's kind of long. It's kind of long, but what I'm saying is like you have to make sure your Pokemon are trained properly. But what they've added now is they've added something called rental teams. So you know, obviously gaming and especially esports is becoming bigger now. Like Fortnite are doing like millions of pounds, dollars prizes. Pokemon, like if you wanted to compete in one of these tournaments, you would have to go and make a team.
Yeah.
And you can't just pick 6 Pokemon. You got to go and get the Pokemon, evolve them, all that. Then you got to do all these stats I mentioned. You don't know what they are. So you might want to play the game and go into tournaments, say, just for fun. But you can't unless you do all that stuff. It's just breed Pokemon. It's just so long. So what they've done now is they've added a rental team. So if I build a team in game, I can upload it and you can use my code and you can use my team and play in the tournament.
Okay.
So it's so accessible now.
Jesus. Okay.
So for example, I could use the World Champions team if I wanted to. So now, like not normal people. Now I'm saying non-Pokemon players can just go and compete. Because you can't have a tournament where the way you enter is by putting like weeks of work in. It makes no sense. I mean, obviously you have to put weeks of work into Fortnite if you want to win, but it's a level playing field.
Yeah.
Before that, if that makes sense. Anyway, so go watch the vlog if you want to see it. I just thought I was interested. It's interesting to do it because I always would enjoy going to these tournaments, but I always felt like, nah, focus on your work, like call it uni work or whatever you're doing. And then now I'm kind of like, that's actually kind of my work. So I'm like, yes. See, that's what I was doing yesterday. Went to see Forest today. They won 3-1 and in touching distance of Leeds now. So, guess.
All right. Well, moving on. Thanks for that.
And then Forest going to beat Leeds.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, you literally said earlier you were like, yeah, you'll beat us.
I do think you'll beat us, but we've got a chance.
So the other day, a little secret album dropped.
Yes.
Eminem dropped an album.
Yeah, well. And like just after we released our podcast.
I know. It keeps happening. It keeps happening.
What was the one last week? The worst one last week was Love Island. That's
Love Island.
Yeah, we'll get to that mainly.
You said, we'll talk about that in a sec. So Eminem dropped an album. Didn't really promote it or anything.
No, he's at the level now anyway. He can just drop it.
Yeah,
a lot of the top rappers now, like the older top rappers, just do that.
Well, I'm a massive Eminem fanboy.
Yeah,
so I was there like, this album's amazing anyway.
Yeah, I want to make it clear that just when we're talking about who's the best rapper, just because I say Jay-Z doesn't mean
you don't rate him.
Yeah, I'm like still a massive Eminem fan.
Yeah,
and it's very like, for me, it's on style. I do admit the fact that Eminem like technically is a better rapper than Jay-Z. Like what he can do is better. But I like Jay-Z for me. Anyway, that's a different discussion. But yeah, carry on. Eminem dropped an album.
Yeah, so he dropped the album out of nowhere. Yeah, and I think it's like, you said it as well, didn't you? You're like, it sounds like the old M.
Yeah, especially because I woke up the other day to a text from you being like, yo, have you seen Eminem's new album? I'm like, what? Because I had no idea it was going to drop. And it wasn't even like I heard it the night before. Sometimes I'll stay up a little bit later and then, I was completely like dumbfounded. So I started listening to the first track, and especially on the first track, it really sounded like the old Eminem. And I don't mean like, oh, he was better back then. I mean, his voice. He sounded like his old voice.
Yeah.
And a lot more of the tracks in the album actually just sound like his current. But that one track in particular, I was like, wow, it sounds really really like his old voice.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really sick album. Like certain songs for me, seeing the song with Juice WRLD, Godzilla. Yeah. I was obviously like, those two together on a song, I was like, oh, I beg this is good. And I love it. Yeah, that song's good. I really like the one with Ed Sheeran, This Kind of Night. Yeah, This Kind of Night. This Kind of Night. That's a really good song. Yeah. I really like Stepdad, which you said isn't like up there for you. So I heard when you first mentioned the album to me, I watched I listened to like half of it. I think up until the Juice WRLD song, and then I was listening to it with my dad in the car on the way back from this tournament, and then stopped kind of at that point again. Not on purpose, just because like that's what the only times I could listen to it. And then today on the train to here, I listened to it all the way through. Yeah. And I think with this album, for me, honestly, like I do really like it. There's some sick songs, and I don't like it just by what I'm about to say. I do think that sometimes with Eminem, what he doesn't make songs. Not every song he makes is like a song. Yeah. It's more like just a normal beat, just so he can just rap sick on it. I know what you mean. Which I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that. But sometimes I do feel like some of the songs are a bit like, I'm kind of like, this is cool, but I don't really get it. He doesn't do like, he did Monster with Rihanna. Yeah. It's not like, that's more of a song though. Like a radio song, like a single. Yeah, but a lot of the songs he does, like this album is like 20 songs. Two of them are interludes or something. Yeah. Some of them are literally just like one beat and it's just him. Yeah, just spazzing out. Yeah, and I'm not saying I don't like the songs that he does that on. It's just sometimes I got lost a little bit with which song's which. The Stepdad's not one of those songs. Stepdad is actually like a very like storytelling track. And it's got a purpose on it fully. I do really like it. My favorite tracks are
because I also listened to it like with my headphones on without looking at the titles. So I kind of didn't know which song was what a lot of the time. But I really like Premonition. The intro is sick.
I really like that.
And what I really enjoy that a lot of people don't give him the credit he wants for the albums because he keeps making better albums.
Yeah.
So he did Revival, right? And everyone was like, nah, this is not it. And then he came back with the Kamikaze album. And he was like, nah, screw you guys. My album was sick. And then they apparently now, I guess the critics didn't like that one either. So now he just keeps going on and going on. So I actually like it when he's angry. And that intro song for me is like, it's so sick. The line as well where he's like, I got more hooks in me than Swaley. I like that line a lot. Premonition.
Hit home for me.
yeah. You like Swaley,
Love
right?
a bit of Swaley.
Premonition, You Gonna Learn, Royce 5'9", like that one.
That's a good song.
He's kind of nice with the Ed Sheeran one.
Yeah.
And I don't like that just because it's got Ed Sheeran in. I like it because he literally says, like, take me back to my old D12 days. And I really wish he just did a D12 album again. Like, I know Proof is gone now, but like those albums for me, when I was growing up, those albums were my favorites of all Eminem albums. He's different on them albums as well. He's just different. Godzilla's a cool song. Darkness, I like the music video and the concept more than I like that song on its own.
See, I still haven't seen the music video.
Yeah.
But I watched it. Didn't watch it, sorry. I listened to it. And the first time I was listening to it, because at one point he says, doesn't he actually say, does he actually say Mandalay?
He just say. Oh no, he doesn't say it. The radio the media says it. He puts in sound bites of the media, and then.
So I was listening to it, and I was kind of like, okay, like this is, it's going dark.
Yeah.
And then I hear the radio clip, and I'm like, oh my god. So I listened to it again, and I was like, oh wow. And then obviously you've said the music video
is that the music video is portraying the event.
Yeah.
Kind of. It leads up to that point. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. But that was the first. Like I said, I kind of stopped listening to it at the Godzilla song, not on purpose. Well, the next song is Darkness, actually, so I must have stopped just before then. My first hearing of that track was the music video, and it's really like a moving music video. Very well thought out.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, the album's really cool. I really do like it, and I think I'll continue my favorites. Lock It Up with Anderson .Paak, because I really like him. Don Toliver did the No Regrets one. Yeah, he was playing that, and then I Will, because this song here. Do you know Slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Slaughterhouse is Crooked I, Royce da 5'9", Joel Ortiz, and then Joe Budden.
Yeah.
And this song is just King Crooked, which is Crooked I, Royce da 5'9", and then Joel Ortiz. And just no Joe Budden.
Yeah. Doesn't he say in that, he actually says the word Slaughterhouse at some point in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I really like, I actually like Marsh,
Marsh. Yeah, again, I think my issue is as well, I haven't listened to that last part enough. And I think I just kind of got tired towards the end because I was on a train and I didn't give it the time of day. So I can't really comment on those as enough. They all felt like one song in my head.
Yeah, I can see that. Like they're not that as catchy, but I really like them.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, man. He's the Godzilla part, the end of Godzilla, where he's just like, man, it's actually like I think Crypt even tried to do a video on Twitter. I think it got deleted. Like, he actually tried to
do it.
Yeah, and I don't think he could.
So that's the first thing I sent you as well.
Yeah, you like, bro, skip to this part, and I was like, okay, that's mad.
Yeah, and then he even chucks in the what's the comedian? Is it Chris D'Elia?
Oh yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, he literally chucks in one line.
Yeah, have you watched season 2 of You?
I haven't finished it.
Oh, well, Chris D'Elia's in it.
Is he?
He's in it quite early, You might have
Is he the comedian?
Yes.
Okay,
that's him, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Man,
I don't mean in real life is he the comedian.
Oh,
I mean in the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that was him. I don't really know who he is, to be honest.
He's just a comedian, really. Yeah. But that was his response to, because he was to be fair, he actually does enjoy. He found it funny what he did, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he do a music video with him?
Yeah.
Yes. And then I think that's just him saying like, because people say a lot about Eminem. A lot of his critiques are that he is sick at rapping, but he doesn't say anything. Like, because sometimes he does. Sometimes he will just go on like a rampage of rhyming words.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. He's just rhyming words, which I do think. Yeah, obviously you don't have substance behind them, but it's like, he knows that he's just rhyming words because he can rhyme them, and he's putting words together that don't usually go together to be sick at rapping and in songwriting and writing, and he's doing that. He's accomplishing that. So I don't really agree with what people say, but he does sometimes do that, and that's what Chris D'Elia is making fun of. But he's not making fun of it in a negative way. He's just saying
he's a comedian.
Yeah. So that verse there, Eminem is just like, yo, this is how good I can actually rap. So the end is like, mannequin, or whatever he says, just to make fun of it.
Bananigan.
It's mad though, man. Like, he's just going, he's rapping so quick at that. And what I like about Eminem, okay, I've always said as well, I don't really like fast rapping. This on the podcast a while ago as well, I said that. But I don't mind it. I just don't like it when people do it and don't say anything. Eminem, he always does. When he raps fast, I can actually tell what he's saying first and foremost, and he's actually saying stuff in it rather than just I know I'm contradicting what I said a minute ago, but those are two different instances and styles of Eminem's rapping.
Well, it's like one of the main things for me anyway is like clarity in rap.
Yeah.
It's like he is always clear.
Yeah,
that's why like it's very, very random. Skepta and Jamie do so well.
They're very clear. Yeah,
you can always hear what they're saying.
Yep. I saw a YouTube video once where they said the main point was, the title was very clickbaity. It was like, are mumble rappers and fast rappers the same? And obviously they're not. But his reasoning was, I can't tell what mumble rappers are saying, and I also can't tell what fast rappers are saying. So it's like, in a sense, obviously the fast rappers are being technically better, but I think it comes to a point where
depends who the fast rapper is, though.
Nah, what do you mean?
Like Eminem's one.
Yeah,
you can tell what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't think it depends on who the fast rapper is. I think it's how they do it, and I think Eminem does it well.
Yeah,
because Crip can rap fast, say, but I think he could do it in a way that is a lot cleaner and a lot. I understand what you're saying more. Sometimes they try and show off that they can rap fast. That it blurs the lines between what are you saying right now, and also what is the song about. I like songs like this is where I like. So the comment I made about Eminem earlier, where sometimes I think he just has like a very like mediocre beat. When I say mediocre, I mean not much going on with the beat. He just spits like crazy on it. But that's the style of the track, and I can get down with that. Like Rap God, that is the point of the song. So that's why the song's
the first line of the fast bit is "Summa Lama Duma Lama."
Exactly, yeah, it makes no sense.
What is that?
Yeah. Whereas, say in Stepdad, he's got he's got a much slower flow, but he's telling a story and he's being more meaningful. So I think each song does need its you have to approach each song with what the song requires.
Yeah.
And I think some people just rap fast for the sake of it, you know. But yeah, my dad always used to think. Well, he does think that when they rap fast, they speed it up.
Really?
He thinks he doesn't think it. He said to me, listen to Eminem once. He was a big fan of Eminem. He was like, when they rap really fast, do they just rap and then speed it up? Or do they do that? I was like, no, they do it. He was like, wow, that's amazing. He's so wholesome.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I love that. I love the era we're in with music. I mean, I know streaming just pays very minimal, but I do love the fact that people can just drop albums now.
Yeah. That's what Beyonce always does, isn't it?
Always, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get to a certain level, though.
You do. You have to. I mean, Jay-Z's last album, he dropped it on it. Eminem just dropped it. Beyonce. Well, yeah. Whereas you've got like new artists that like really need a number one. They need to like do this big release, make sure they get it.
Yeah, like Selena Gomez or Justin Bieber.
Yeah. You know what? I wanted to talk about this anyway because for those who don't know, Justin Bieber was really trying to get number one. He was really trying to get it with Yummy. And he missed out in the end because of Roddy Ricch with The Box, which is a good song. Have you heard that?
I have, and it's I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's like Roddy Ricch's best song by any means.
I think it's just the state of music we're in right now. I think the concept of like a number one single is no longer what we used to think it was. I think Yummy is a song that sounds like it wants to be number one, whereas The Box kind of sounds like they've just made a really nice song. And then the audience has naturally taken that as the one they like, and then that's where they've gone, this is the one I'm going to push. Because remember,
I think people hate on Yummy, you know, for like I think okay, he is saying Yummy over and over again in the chorus. I think it's a catchy song. It's good.
It's a good song. It's just I don't think it's a smash song. I think it's a good song. Like I don't know if I was just he's obviously going to put an album out soon. I hope that's not the best song on the album.
Yeah,
that's what I mean by that. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's not the single, because it felt like he was trying really hard to get that number one and didn't get it, and was kind of upset by it. Because everyone was. I mean, he might be really happy about it. I don't know, but everyone's posting the meme. You know, where it's the crying guy with the smiley face, like mask wearing. You know, but yes, the reason Raz Simon said it to Selena Gomez as well is because then the next week after Selena Gomez dropped her album and was pushing it a lot to try and beat Roddy Ricch. She did get number one in the end by like something like 4,000, 6,000 sales or something. But now I think it's cool that we've got like a new guy in you know, kind of taking these like top dogs.
I find it weird though, because Roddy Ricch, I'm going to throw this out there and people are going to hate me in the comments. I don't think he's big here.
I think I go back to what I was saying a minute ago. I really don't think like being a mainstream artist is what it used to be. I don't think you saying he's not big here. He doesn't have to be big, but if everyone's listening to his music,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Let me try and put this into a point. Justin Bieber is a huge name. Selena Gomez is a huge name.
But Roddy Ricch is a huge name.
He's a huge name, but
America.
but nowhere near those two names though. He's not a household name like they were and are. Whereas I think what we're seeing now is we're seeing artists that are being streamed a lot, but aren't in your face. Like they're not major celebrities, but their music is sick and people are vibing with the music. Do you get what I'm kind of saying? Like, I think people now can be a lot more under the radar and get number ones than be. It's a hard one. End of the day, what I'm trying to get at is why I kind of like the concept of streaming being number one. And I don't think digital sales will ever not be a thing. I think you always should be allowed to own music. I do like I don't really care about the CDs, but I do enjoy the fact that you can own a song, like vinyl, say. Yeah. Like you can own the song and you can buy in and support the artist. But I do like how streaming charts work because it literally is the most streamed artist will win. Rather than like Selena Gomez is selling like a hoodie with an album taped to it, you know, so that counts as a sale. Or hey guys, go and buy my single, you know, buy my album. This is really gonna help me, please, please, please. Where at streaming, it's kind of like, all right, whoever listens to the song most wins.
So you know, the song that got Christmas number one,
Lad Baby.
Yeah. I'm not convinced if that was actually number one.
Yeah, apparently it sold. Yeah, I don't know because on Spotify it didn't have many plays at all.
Yeah, obviously Spotify is only like a third of the Spotify, iTunes, physical sales, blah blah blah. But Spotify, like
it would not be. It wouldn't. Oh yes, Spotify is not everything. However, it would be a lot more than that if it was a proper number. Like JJ's song's on 30 million.
I mean, got top 10. We released our Christmas one, and it got like ours was on like 2 mil by the time the chart went out or something like that.
Yeah,
I think theirs was on something like 500K in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, what we'll say is remember what JJ and I always forget as well is 2 million for you is not all UK. Whereas I would say that most of Lad Baby's audience is UK. True,
but I'm not really doing it to compare it to us. I'm doing it to compare to like Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I do agree with you.
Considering we got something like 84th or something like that, or 75th, something around that. Yeah. So I'm like, how high the top 10 must have been? Not to get top 10, to get number one.
Yeah, I don't know the actual answer to it, but what I would guess and what I did say at the time was it must be either someone being smart with. Obviously, first of all, it's a charity single, so obviously I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did well. It's raising money for charity, but we're just doing.
I'm not trying to take anything away from it.
No, yeah. Whereas either maybe there's some sneaky things gone on by maybe every time you donate, that counts as a sale. Yeah. That could be something, or it's just the boomers. Like it's just boomers walking past HMV and being like, "Oh, I've seen him on Facebook. I'm buying an album.
Yeah,
I'm buying a single."
I blame Nottingham Forest.
Oh man.
Nottingham Forest, or I reckon they just went like everyone who's come to this match for the last 4 weeks.
That could be it, you know. It could be honestly
because he did the crossbar challenge there, didn't he?
Yeah, I was there as well, and I'm like, he did it at the game where we were 4-0 down at half time. You know the game we were talking about last podcast. Yeah, he did it at that game against Sheffield Wednesday, and everyone was like, "Bro, we're not in the mood to watch you promote your single and kick a ball. Like, can you just not now, man? Not now.
Come back next week."
Yeah, like imagine if he did hit. I think he skimmed it on one of the shots. But if he actually did hit the crossbar, I don't think anyone would have. I think would have been like, "All right, mate."
Well,
that was the worst game ever.
That went from a Eminem album to Lad Baby very quick.
That's just music in general. But let's go back a little bit. Eminem will get number one just because his streaming numbers are ridiculous.
I hope so.
His streaming numbers are ridiculous because he's so big.
How many? Will it have updated? Do you reckon,
he'll be on his top 5.
No, but as in, do you reckon it's updated to say like his streaming numbers?
Yeah, it should be on his top 5.
Okay, give me a second.
No worries. It should give him. You can't see the numbers on the mobile anyway, but it'll give you.
Was in popular?
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them are.
Okay, well that just shows his old song. What is number 1, by the way?
His number 1?
Yeah.
Till I Collapse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like it's either like your huge songs. The way the top 5 works, if anyone wants to know this is something I learned recently. The top 5 is your quickest growing songs.
Okay.
So it's not the most played, but it's like they've got a formula for it, but it's over a space of time. Like, say in one day, maybe how many plays did it get? Okay. So those big songs like Till I Collapse will be always being played in like rotation.
Yeah.
It's like this one has to beat them. I'll tell you this, it's really hard.
I'm always surprised it's Till I Collapse though.
Yeah, maybe it was using a film or something, and someone was like, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to this today." Yeah, it's situational, really. Like
I know it is huge, but his number one.
We should do this on the podcast once. Top 5 Eminem songs.
Yeah.
Not now. I have to look through it and make my decisions then. But no, the album bangs. I think I would have liked a more solid album, like maybe less songs and a more. I know it's got a theme throughout it. Music to be murdered by. But I wish it was a little bit more like. I've not listened to it enough yet, so I can't. This is not my final review, but which is a little bit more concise and more thought out. However, I do think that those albums are gone now. Now streaming's a thing because he can put these last 4 songs on and they'll still bang, still do really well. And
I mean, it's only if you took out the last 4 songs, it's only an hour and 4 minutes long.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and when I say the last 4, I don't mean the last 4 because actually my favorite one on the album is the Slaughterhouse, the I Will one.
Yeah, you mean there's the last. It's like the 4/5 of the way through, kind of.
And I think it was just because I was bored now. That's the only reason. I think if you have them songs separately and listen to them on their own in different days, I'd like them as songs. But I don't know. I kind of like. Maybe I was just tired. But no, he actually is a monster. He's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we talk about Love Island a little bit?
Yeah. Go on. So when you texted me the other day, you said to me.
The other day, you mean last podcast?
No.
When are you talking about?
I'm talking about when you texted me the other morning when the album came out.
Okay.
So you were like, let's watch Love Island and listen to the Eminem album. I've heard the album. I have not had a chance to watch Love Island yet.
Okay.
And my opinions on Love Island are that I think the show is trash.
It is.
It is very trash. But it's amazing if you can get invested in the characters.
No, it's just like, I don't know. It's really hard to describe. It's kind of just like you almost watch it to. It's a social thing, I think.
Yeah, I do agree.
Like you are watching it to just have an opinion on something to see if other people agree with you.
But I think, but just purely based on the characters. Because...
Yeah, but I don't think you have to get invested in them.
Nah, you clearly would, right? You would, right? You watching it is getting invested in the characters somewhat. Because like when they did a recoupling, like you would, if you weren't invested, you wouldn't care. But you do. You do care a bit. When I first started watching Love Island, it was with my friend back in Nottingham. And we heard about the show, and we were like, "Oh, let's just watch this. Let's just have fun." Like you know how Jack does his videos, like just ripping into Love Island.
Yeah,
we were kind of like, "Let's watch it and let's just make fun of the show." And then we found ourselves actually getting into it, and then we were hooked, and we couldn't miss an episode. The way I always spoke about it is the fact that for me, it's similar to. Hold on, guys, you have to think of this in an abstract way, okay? Don't take what I say by word. It was very similar to Game of Thrones. In the sense that it was very like...
Half the girls look like dragons.
I didn't say that. But it's very brutal. It's very brutal because you have a couple that...
Yeah, like Game of Thrones, anyone... no one's safe.
No one's safe, yeah. Everyone's trying to betray each other behind the scenes. That's the whole point. It's like someone's trying to decrown this person, but they don't know it. So you'll see a guy and a girl in a relationship. It seems like they're having the best time. They're really enjoying themselves until like Sunday night, or whatever it is. New guy comes in and she's like, "Oh, I want this guy now." Well, until the recoupling, when she's like, "Actually, I want him," and everyone's like, "Oh." So that's why I got hooked on it, because of the fact that it's so cutthroat and these people are so kind of like fickle. Yeah, I think that's the right word. That they can literally switch up like that.
I see your explanation. It does make sense.
Yeah. Let's go.
So last time we did the podcast with Toby, we spoke about the posh guy.
Yeah,
the trophy hunter.
Yeah, we were like,
I said, "Do you think he'll get kicked out?" That night we recorded it. He left. He left
because he misses his ex.
Yeah, which I actually missed. I've missed one episode, and it was that next episode,
right? So you didn't
where
see him
he
leave.
Apparently says, "Did you watch that episode?"
No, Simon,
that was when
the only episode I've seen is the same one twice that we didn't talk about.
So that episode, apparently, he is there, like saying, "Oh, I don't know if I should stay." Blah blah blah. I just think like he's been told he has to leave, make up an excuse or something.
I don't think he's been told he has to leave. I think it might have been similar to the Jack Maynard thing, where it's like his team or his family or whoever his friends are saying to him, "You're going to get a ridiculous amount of hate. The more either he might have tension from the Love Island staff, or he has people at home that do care about him that are probably saying to him like, bro, or not his mom. I'm sure his mom doesn't call him bro, yeah. But you know,
his mom's like, bruh,
bro, come on. Yeah, maybe he's thinking like the pressure's gonna get too much. You must leave the show because you're gonna go through so much like shit online, or I think it's probably a bit of both. Just pressure from both sides.
I see that.
I'm glad he's gone though. I mean, I don't support Trophy hunting.
Well, because he left, they then brought in 2 other guys. Which
is that the main reason why they brought 2 in?
Well, I don't know. Because they brought 2 in.
Yeah.
They were gonna bring 2 in anyway, but because they brought 2 in, there was 1 extra girl. As in, there was 1 more girl than there was guys.
So whichever girl went out,
if they hadn't brought him.
Fault.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he had stayed. I think they might have only brought in 1 new guy.
Ah, okay.
Because to me, so they basically did a recoupling,
yeah,
and one of the girls had to leave. Whoever didn't get picked.
Yeah, surely that makes sense.
So I think they would have brought in 1.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a guy called Connor, who's a bit of a weirdo. He was dating Rochelle Humes' sister.
So we were talking about it before we started the podcast. We watched the United and Liverpool game. Then you showed me the last 10 minutes of the last episode with the recoupling, just so we could talk about it here. And in the first episode that I was watching with Simon, he said that girl looks like Rochelle from Saturdays. Yeah, and then today he says it's her sister.
Yeah, I only found out 2 days ago.
Damn, man.
So the new guy comes in, starts speaking to a couple of the girls, and then they do a recoupling, and he gets to pick first. Wow. And me and JJ watched it, and we were like, I'm so happy he gets to pick first, because if he didn't, it would have been boring, and everyone would have ended up with like...
Last season and the season before that, they always used to do that. They always used to set the recoupling up so that you think that someone new is going to like poach one of the girls or the guys, and they never did. They always make him go first, or they're in such a good relationship that they can't switch.
Yeah.
Or they get hate for it. Whereas this guy just did it.
This guy just did it. But the thing is, they weren't really in that great a relationship anyway. The guy...
Fair enough.
Yeah. So when they did it, me and JJ, like, both, fists in the air, like, yes! If that didn't happen...
You were so tempted to say me and JJ fisted.
No. I wasn't. No, but if that didn't happen, this series would already be dead.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. The show is dead, right? The 2 good aspects are these people are so fickle and brutal that it's really fun to see the chaos and see them, as sad as it is, to see them kind of like argue with each other. The other reason is it's just to laugh at how kind of like stupid the show is.
Yeah, and there's only like very, very... Like... every episode has the tomorrow night. And it shows the best bits.
It never happens that way.
It never happens that way. There's only ever recouplings and new people.
Yeah.
But those 2 mixed together. And then there's always, they do this thing called Casa and More, where they...
Are they still going to do that this year? This winter?
Yeah, where they bring in like a whole new set of boys and girls.
Yeah.
And then mix them back together again. That's the only bit that's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think, so for those out there who really don't like the show and they're always, oh yeah, this show's trash, you are correct, but half the people watch it because they actually like it. Yeah. And that is the one that's the people that
apply to be on it next year.
Yeah. Whereas the other half is just there to just laugh at how bad this show is and how funny these people are. So yeah, when you call Love Island it's trash, don't watch it. Yeah, you're right, but I would suggest watching it a little bit because it's just
something to watch, isn't it?
Someone's watching its jokes. Yeah, I don't think I'll be invested in it this year, especially because I stream at that time it's on.
You know what I find weird though, is I think people are going to disagree with me here. I think I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I wasn't just saying I think I'm a celebrity. I think I'm a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity. This podcast is beneath me. Get me out of here.
I think I'm a celeb. Get me out of here. Is just almost as trash.
I haven't watched it in years, man.
Because they literally they do a challenge. Like, yes, you get to see people do a challenge. That's what you're kind of watching for.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is a thing of like, oh, this person's really nice. Let's vote them to be the king of the jungle.
I do prefer Love Island and all of those shows than I'm a Celebrity, X Factor, all those kind of like
X Factor. So many people say the auditions were the only bits worth watching.
But it's changed now.
What do you mean?
in my opinion, like I used to enjoy the auditions more when it literally was a room and they would hold auditions, they would film, they'll turn on the camera and they would let people just sing. Now the auditions are so scripted, man.
Oh, as in like
Simon's like, oh, turn it off. Yo, I just don't feel like this song's working for you. Have you got another one? And they're like, oh yeah, I prepared 3 songs. Now let me play the good one. And it's like the crowd on their feet. But I get why. They still take us to the auditions now. It's a live audience. So you can't just willy-nilly it and hope that you have to put on a show. So I do agree, for the show's sake, it improves it. But I really used to enjoy it back in the day on X Factor, where they would literally just hold auditions, they would roll the camera and then put the best ones.
But my point is, a lot of people used to just watch the auditions because they were the bad people.
Right.
That is the same as why you watch Love Island.
Oh yeah, you're right with that.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're watching it to kind of watch people make a fool of themselves.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes, that's why you go into it. But to be fair, then that's what I'm saying. Then I actually get invested in the characters. So like when Chris and Kem. When Chris first went, I was like, "Oh, this guy's ridiculous." Yeah, that was one season before you start watching it, right? I was like, "These guys are well, Chris especially. These guys are not an ass person." But then, like after a while, I was like, "Oh, this guy's jokes." Actually, I actually like him. So I think I do think a lot of the people on Love Island do get hated on more than they should, because they're still people and they should be treated as people. But it's just they go on a show where the whole point of it is mayhem. The whole point of it is for people to kind of like not laugh, but kind of watch you fail at relationships.
Yeah.
The whole concept is wrong. You're put in for 8 weeks. That's about 8 weeks, right?
Something like that.
You get put in a show like this where you have to find love. That's the whole goal. Find love. And I'm doing the air quotes thing. You have to find love. You can sometimes find someone that easily, but you can't find it.
But they all act like it. That you're gonna say, like, obviously that's only 8 weeks. They all act like it's way more than 8 weeks, because I don't know if living with them 24/7 makes it more than 8 weeks worth.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does, because you definitely grow fonder of each other. But what I'm saying is, it's like there's 8 people. So there's 5 girls, 5 guys. That's it. So it's like you have to. They have to start being in a relationship before they're in a relationship.
Yeah, true.
And that's where I'm saying, like, if you meet someone naturally, and I'm including like things like Tinder, that's still. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you met someone on Tinder. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm saying like, in Tinder's still a natural way to find someone. It's just the 21st. What century are we in? 21st, right?
Yeah.
It's just that's the wrong thing to say, because now we're actually quite far into the 21st century. It's the modern way of doing things, right? So I'm saying, if you meet someone at like a bar, you meet someone in real life, you meet someone on Tinder, you can still then go, this doesn't work for either of us. Let's go back into the there's plenty more fish in the sea type of thing. Let's go and find love elsewhere. Whereas this one, it's like, you have to find love here. If you don't, you're gonna get kicked off. Yeah,
you're having like a mutual decision to both go back to each other. Whereas Love Island is like, okay, we're a couple now. We're sleeping in a bed tonight,
which is also weird,
until the next recoupling.
Yeah,
like, and then you're gonna kind of just be forced to each other. Everyone's gonna see you together.
Yeah,
it's like you're a couple.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, you'd have to do something pretty bad to be like, I don't want to be in a couple with you.
Yeah.
Because then it's almost like, it's not like I don't love you, but it's more like I actually don't like you. I don't want to be with you.
Yeah. So the show is literally built with the intention of people commenting. Like you said, it's a social thing.
Yeah.
They're literally going on the show to be ridiculed or celebrated. And however, whatever your personality is, or looks as well, will define how well you do.
Well, speaking of being ridiculed, mayhem, failed relationship, Jake Paul, uploaded a video.
Yeah, he did.
Are we ready to move on to Jake Paul?
Let's go on. Yeah, let's get to it.
Okay, so he uploaded a video. You haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it because the last 2 days I've kind of been.
I mean, this
offline.
is a 20-minute video.
Right.
It's a long video.
Well, we'll see. I started watching it, okay? So I said to Simon, like, should I watch this? He's like, yeah, probably watch it just so we can talk about it. So I start watching this video, and then it's like 20 minutes, and he's like, let me just explain it to you. What I will say is, though, Jake Paul, in my opinion, doesn't look good with the beard.
See, I was going to say the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like this look on him. I think he's doing it to try and, the way Logan did. Like, I'm mature. I'm more mature now. I'm a man. I'm boxing. Let me grow a beard. I honestly think that Logan did look great with the beard. I don't think Jake does. It makes his face look really long.
Okay, so the first 3 minutes of the video, firstly, it's called KSI's Crying in My DMs. The first 3 minutes is him just saying like, oh, I'm training, I'm sick, blah, blah, blah. So then he basically says, JJ replied to or posted an Insta story about Jake. So Jake then replied in Insta DMs. So he basically says that JJ has a song called Down Like That, which has 10 million views on YouTube.
Right.
Jake says to JJ about how his Mini Jake Paul?
Yeah.
He released a song and it's on 9.5 million views on YouTube. So when he sent him a message in DMs,
JJ.
Jake did the whatchamacallit, JJ did the story and then Jake replied. And he said, "You mad because you pay 400 grand for features and your music's still going to get passed by the mini version of me."
What was JJ's story? I didn't see it.
Jake Paul can't even break 1 million views on a video. He needs this fight against Big Gibber.
Right. I think I did see that.
Yeah. So I mean, the first thing is like, obviously, so me and JJ were talking about this. I think your song is like obviously it has to still do numbers, but if you're getting more plays on Spotify and everything like that than it is on YouTube, that's when you actually move into the musicians, like you're actually an artist side.
It's not even that. It's just like, you're right. Yeah. But it's
like
not
Stormzy, for example. Stormzy will get up to, obviously some videos will bang way past, but the normal one, 5 to 10 mil views. Spotify bangs.
Yeah.
iTunes bangs.
Yeah, but it's because it's music, and what is the way people listen to music? Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, yes, but not YouTube is one of the biggest actual audio streaming services in the world, but it's just one of them. Also, JJ has he has the audio, which is I think the audio is on more than the music video, right?
What do you mean?
JJ released the song as audio.
Yeah, I think it's on 18 or 19 mil.
Yeah, and then the music video's on 10. So it's like that's already 28 plus Spotify 30 million. So yeah. Can't compare it to Little Jake Paul.
So
yeah.
JJ replied, "Firstly, I didn't pay. Secondly, your songs are shit and no one under the age of 12 listens to it unless it's via any. Lastly, Gib is gonna F you up and then your whole family will be full of losers."
Damn.
So then Jake basically goes through it and he says, "Firstly, I didn't pay." So he said, this is what I tweeted. He said, "The UK is full of liars. No one likes to base stuff on truth." So he says, "Firstly, I didn't pay." Jake says, "One of my friends that's basically a giant musician received an email from you asking for a feature and said you would pay 450,000.
Wait, say that again.
Jake basically says he has a friend who's a musician.
Right.
And JJ emailed them asking for a feature.
Well, that's just not true.
I know. And it's just, he doesn't name him. He literally just goes, "Oh, I have a friend who's like a pretty big musician. He got an email from you that said like you'd pay him 400 grand for this, but whatever."
JJ doesn't email people.
No.
Actually, he emailed me the other day.
Did
he? Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird.
I'll tell you why later, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, that's straight away Jake's lied. But
yeah.
Tried to say it briefly enough that it doesn't count. Secondly, no one over the age of 12 listens to you. And Jake's there like, Jake basically says like, "Oh, what's wrong with, 12-year-olds kind of thing? What's not in a weird way."
Yeah.
He basically says like, "You barely have a verse on your own song. It's more SX's song than yours."
Right. I mean, that's a fair point. He's on that song very small amount of time, but it's still his song.
Yeah. I mean, but how many artists do that? That's,
yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Then Jake says like, "Oh, I didn't have to win from a referee's bad call compared to you. Now I'm gonna knock Gib out, then finish what my brother couldn't. You have a glass jaw." And
who has a glass jaw? JJ.
And he says, "You got dropped in one hit." It's like, firstly, the hit that actually got him down was 2 hits.
Yeah.
And one of them was an illegal hit where he's pulled him down and hit him.
I mean, he won the fight, so
and
whoever gets knocked down first,
he still got up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's just the reason that I ended up not watching the videos. So I started watching it, and I was like, I just can't watch Jake Paul. Like, I was saying to Simon, there was actually a point in time where I wouldn't like Jake Paul, but I could watch his he was like vlogging with Nick Crompton and that. I was like, this is like a decent vlog. He's crazy. The content is like questionable, but I can watch it. I can see why people are like attracted to it, who want to watch it. Like now, I just can't watch him. He's just so whiny. I just can't stand listen to him, and it's just annoying, man. He
said that Liam told him that he paid 400,000.
Right.
So JJ says, Liam isn't my music manager. So firstly, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Look at my Spotify monthly listeners and compare them to yours. You've never performed in front of a crowd older than 16. You only just beat my bro. If he had trained, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So Jake basically says, yeah, you've got more monthly listeners than me, but you've done how many songs? You've done an album recently. You've done this. Then he said, what's wrong with a crowd of under 16? Like, my fans are raging up. Like, your fans are moving on.
Yeah.
And then he said, I easily beat Deji. And what's this? Like, he trained with you. So you're saying Vidal's a terrible coach, blah, blah, blah.
No, I mean, like...
Because he shows one clip of JJ and Deji training together with Vidal. And he says, like, this is training. You're training with him here.
Oh, no. I was there. I filmed that. We were just at a hotel. And that was just like light work outside the hotel room.
I was like, one little like session doesn't mean he trained for this fight.
Yeah, and they weren't trying to show much of them training. So that's the clip they posted. It's just them doing pads. Yeah, man. I mean, also, Deji didn't even train with Vidal in the end. If he did, he would have won.
So Jake then says, like, I have more all-time views than you, and you have triple the uploads. Bro, so firstly,
yeah,
Jake doesn't have triple the uploads.
Yeah.
He does have more uploads. Fair enough. But then later on, he starts talking about how he has more views than Gib and Deji put together, and JJ. Looks at just JJ's main channel,
which he doesn't post on.
And he's like, oh, how come I have more views than all of you guys? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
3 minutes later, he starts going on about why are you all talking about views all the time? And like views, you think any real businessman cares about views? Then he says this last bit. Like, I've missed the middle section because I don't really care about Jake.
That is true though. I literally, there's no point. Numbers don't really...
Yeah, but it's like he's literally spends a while talking about his views.
Yeah. If you're going to contradict yourself, then yeah. But like, yeah,
he goes, when you're a YouTuber, when you first start, you do 1-2 million views, you make a couple grand. Then he goes, when you're making millions, you don't care about a couple grand. So then he goes, look at the biggest businessman. Look at Floyd Mayweather. How many views does he do a month? Oh, he doesn't do YouTube because he's a businessman. And I'm like, yes, but you aren't Floyd Mayweather. He's a boxer. Yes, you are having a professional fight, but you are a YouTuber right now. So
yeah.
That is, you know.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a weird... Well, say Sky Sports, right? That's like that whole organization's like billions, right?
Yeah.
They have a YouTube channel.
I mean, there is a Mayweather channel.
There is a Mayweather channel. There's a Mayweather boxing channel, which is under Mayweather, promotions. Yeah.
I just think it was weird to compare yourself to saying like, I don't need to care about my numbers because Floyd Mayweather doesn't care about views.
But then Floyd Mayweather's not there. Like,
he never started on YouTube.
Yeah, he's not there saying. Wait, I'm saying if you're a good business, you shouldn't. If you're such a good businessman, you shouldn't have to say that. You should just let it speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Let it speak for itself.
But like for me, is Floyd Mayweather that good a businessman? He's got millions and billions. You don't know what, in terms of his businesses, you don't know what he's done.
Nah, I think he is in a different way. I think like his persona, the way he is. There are two different ways, right? Say like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is like a billionaire because of the way he traded and his smarts in that.
Yeah.
You have like say like Steve Jobs was like innovation with Apple, but might not.
Just have Floyd Mayweather because of his persona and skill in his craft.
I think boxing. Yeah, you see like Chris Eubank as well. How he's got this like character. I think these boxers are definitely. I think JJ is a good businessman because of the way.
Yeah, it's a different way.
Yeah. Okay, it's not like crunching numbers. I think it's more of a. I mean, Jake Paul is a good businessman as well.
I get that, but for me, I'm like, okay, Floyd Mayweather has come from boxing. So anything he does outside that comes back to boxing.
Mm.
If he starts losing at boxing, everything could crumble.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Jake Paul is a YouTuber to start with. Everything has come. Well, he started from Vine or whatever, but then he went to YouTube. Then it's all come from YouTube. So everything he now builds, comes back to YouTube and social media. So if all his social media and YouTube falls, unless he's got something that's a technology that has nothing to do with him or something like that, it comes back to him and crumbles.
But it's still all based around you being a YouTuber. It's like, say, where's I going to go with this? So say whatever you get fame in helps you in every angle of your business.
Yeah.
So this is what I was gonna say. So Conor McGregor, for those who don't want spoilers of his recent fight, then
close your ears now. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So Conor McGregor's back in the UFC.
Yeah.
He just won his fight, 40 seconds, and I didn't stay up and watch it because I was on 1 hour sleep and I was at my parents. But I watched it in the morning in a 40-second clip, so I win. But nah. So for example, if Floyd starts losing, no matter whatever his persona is that makes him so likable, or actually Floyd Mayweather is smart because he makes himself unlikable so that everyone comes watch his fights to see him lose.
Yeah.
But then, like as you're saying, he just doesn't lose. So if he started losing, he would just be nothing. He wouldn't be worth anything because he'd still be worth something, but his value drops significantly because what he is bragging about, the way he's like strutting his stuff, doesn't apply to him anymore. Like Conor McGregor, in the same light, he doesn't need to fight anymore because he has his whiskey that's doing numbers, but he has to fight because that's what makes him who he is in the limelight.
Yeah.
He's a UFC fighter at the end of the day. So Ronaldo, whatever Ronaldo does in business, whatever he's buying next, whatever he's selling next, still revolves around him being the best footballer in the world. KSI, end of the day, this is why I'm enjoying what JJ says in his interviews and the way he answers questions, because he doesn't say you got Logan Paul, Jake Paul trying to get away from being a YouTuber, but they are a YouTuber. Whereas JJ is like, nah, I'm gonna embrace being a YouTuber, but also smash it in everything else I do, but always remember my foundations. Will Smith, music turns actor, now killing it.
YouTuber,
yeah. Now
that's
YouTuber.
what it is. Like you look at loads of people and they've all started YouTube channels.
Exactly. That's Sky Sports. That's the point I made earlier. Sky Sports are now doing it. It's obviously worth their time. Yeah, you got to use what is your whatever you came up with. Use that to your advantage. Fabletics. Fabletics is like a athleisure. I can't say it. Athletic wear, leggings,
Okay.
And it's Kate Hudson. So Kate Hudson, the actor, has now gone and done that. Jessica Alba, Gwyneth Paltrow, they're doing all these branching off to do these different businesses, but they still came up with acting. That's still who they are at the end of the day. So use it. Jake Paul likes to say, "Oh, I'm not a YouTuber, man. I'm a businessman."
Yeah.
But then gets mad when people do more views than him and complains when people say that if you're really that bothered about someone. If you don't care about numbers, don't bring it up. That's the best way.
It's the thing when he was doing numbers. Oh, you're not relevant. Oh, you're not relevant. The thing in the press conference, he says that the whole thing stems from from Gibbs saying how he's fallen off and he's not relevant anymore. It comes from Jake saying, my mom has more followers than you on Instagram.
Exactly.
And it's like, you mention it and then someone beats you and you go, who cares about numbers, bro?
Yeah. JJ wouldn't be posting a story saying, oh, you get less than 1 million views. First of all, we say that and we're doing it because we want Gibb to just grow.
I say it as well just because I'm like, Jake tries to carry himself as the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't be the biggest in the world doing those numbers. They're still huge. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I did his numbers, I'd still be happy. Very happy.
If you're on the other side of the fight, we're on the Gibb side. I'm gonna say whatever I can to annoy Jake. And if I can see him publicly getting annoyed about views, I'm gonna tease him with that. JJ can see JJ knows that Jake Paul cares about relevancy way more than Gibb does. We do. So that's why he's doing them. Jake Paul wouldn't have even taken down Gibbs' video if he didn't care about the views.
Yeah.
He'd have just left it up and thought this is good for the fight. I'm a businessman. I'm a thing. Is me cancelling this good for me long term? No, I'm gonna leave it. We all benefit. But no, he just wants to be Jake Paul.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope Gibb wins.
Man,
I have faith in him, but it's just like, I had faith in JJ.
Yeah.
It's
you're still nervous on the fight now.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't not be.
I'm really annoyed. I'm really annoyed I'm not going to the fight.
Yeah.
People ask me, are you going to fight? I'm like, no, because we have JJ's got going on do some shows.
Yeah.
On the
So the fight's on the 30th. He's got a show on the 27th, 28th.
Yeah.
He flies out on the 29th.
Fight's on the 30th.
Fight's on the 30th. Then he flies back 31st.
Yeah, but
and you have a show on the 1st.
Yeah. So and I'm at the shows. I'm at JJ's shows. So it's like, JJ can afford to just go and fly, right? Like the flights are mad.
Flights were mad because it's Super Bowl weekend.
And like the flights are just ridiculous hours as well. So I just can't make it.
Yeah.
I can't make it. I don't know if I have tickets, etc. So, but best believe I'll be here.
Yeah,
I'll be awake. I'll be watching the fight whenever it is. Man, I can't wait. Big giver.
Oh, it's gonna do huge. Like Gibbs, one of those people as well. That I'm like so happy. Like if he wins, I'm gonna be so gassed just for him.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that I'm like, I just want him to.
Bro, he's so nice. Like
that's what I mean.
We've always said the most of the people in the UK community are nice people.
Yeah,
which is very true. However, some you don't know what they're like until you start getting to know them. So you could be with someone. I've met a lot of YouTubers that I'm still not on good terms with because I've not really spoken to them enough yet. I've seen them at parties, I've seen them at events. Whereas Gib, from like the get go, is always like, "All right, mate, how you doing?"
Yeah,
that is because I've known him for a long time online. I've known him for a long time online before we even met. But he's just a very nice guy. Like he just makes you happy. He's got one of them. It's like Freezy as well. Freezy, I always think just makes you happy. Like it's just got one of them personalities that just makes you happy. Same with Gib.
There's the trio I've got, which is like Gib, Theo, and Chip.
I was gonna say Chip then, but I didn't because if it wasn't, it would be very awkward.
Yeah, no, Gib, Theo, and Chip. Like, yes, I love Freezy. I'm not that made it sound like I'm not including him.
Yeah.
But those three, I don't see them anywhere near as much.
Yeah.
Like Freezy, I see all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Freezy can't say shit. I'm
wearing his merch. Yeah.
So if you say anything, Freezy, sharp. But those three guys I see very rarely.
No, but you've known Freezy longer, right?
Yeah.
Like Freezy was in like my first YouTube video on my public channel, which is not my first ever video. I just private a lot. Is me making a beat for Cal Freezy in like 2011. I'm just on a keyboard making a beat for him. So yeah, we've just known him a lot longer. Whereas
Those three, I've just got like, I've got to know over the last couple of years, and it's just like you see them and you're instantly just like, like I don't know, you're happy.
Bro, Reeve as well.
And Reeve actually.
Bro, Reeve likes Pokemon and he watches the card openings.
Does he actually?
Yeah, he was pretty waved at the New Year's.
Very waved.
He also got there very early.
Yeah,
because I remember seeing him on Twitter being like, but I think he lives quite far now, right? So
I think also his girlfriend was help setting up.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So he was sat to the side drinking.
Yeah, bro, for the first like 20 minutes, he was just there, just hugging me. I was like, bro. He's like, I love the card openings. I was like, I watch him every day. But he's just like hugging me the whole night, like, bro, this is amazing.
I had such an awkward moment with him, right? Because he comes over.
We should have spoke about the New Year's party. We never did it.
True.
Go on.
So yeah, he comes over and he's like, oh, hey man. So then we do the standard like high five thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then he's standing there in front of me and I go, oh, so how you been?
Yeah. And
then he just walks off. He walks straight off. So then I turn around and I start talking to someone. He comes back over and he's put his drink down. And he comes back over and he's like, oh, that's rude, isn't it? As a joke, like taking me. He's like, that's rude. I'm like, you just walked. I said, how you doing? You walked away. Like, he was like, I was putting my drink down to give you a hug.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, but I literally went, how are you? And then you turned. So it was a really like awkward moment because we were both just there like, no, you're rude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was so waved.
Yeah, he was very waved. I didn't drink that night either. So
really?
No. I was ill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I planned not to drink that much that night. And I didn't until then me and Bass played
the wheel. No,
beer pong.
Yeah.
Bro, I just started pouring vodka in it. Okay. And then once that was done, I think I said to you or someone, I was like, wait, people don't put vodka in this, do they? They put beer in it. So I'm there putting like big amount. I'd say in each cup I probably put a shot worth of vodka.
Yeah.
And then I stopped after a while because I was like, okay, I'm gonna if I'm if I'm putting this much in, I'm gonna make sure that some are empty so I don't have to drink it.
Yeah.
And that just ruined me, man. It ruined me. Bass, if you listen to this, Bass, I'm pretty sure that you didn't even put vodka in yours, man.
I'm so annoyed, because when
Why?
you were all playing beer pong,
well,
there was
vodka
one bit.
pong.
Vodka pong. There was one bit where
oh yeah,
Josh was standing at the end of the table,
yeah,
just holding his drink and just throwing like ping pong ball after ping pong ball, trying to get in, and he was just he was standing there just throwing and missing.
Yeah,
I walked over because one of the balls like bounced off the cup and hit my leg, so I walk over and I'm looking at him and he's talking to someone. And I literally throw it like hard and perfectly into his cup. He looks down, sees it, looks at me. No one saw it.
No one. You were like, did you see that? I'm like, nah.
I know. And I'm sat there like, it's one of the things that's like, It was so sick.
It's the bin thing. Remember when you put the chewing
that
in the
happened
bin?
because you and JJ have to. Otherwise, you both owe me £500.
Yeah.
I kicked some chewing gum into a bin from like.
He did do that
10 yards away.
It was awesome. It was a great shot.
Spat it out of my mouth, kicked it in. Volley.
But you didn't even like loop it in. You drove it in.
Yeah, and it was one of those ones with like a closed top. And it just like banged it. Oh.
No. So also that night, Josh had a secret bottle of rum.
Did he?
Yeah, that he brought, put it in the cupboard. So he was like,
all the drinks went pretty quick.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna get a drink, and I was like, oh, can I have some? As a joke, thinking to be like, Josh is very protective over his rum.
Yeah,
so I thought he'd be like, nah, and he was like, yeah, come on then. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, what? Been chosen.
It's like when you're young and like your dad lets you have your first sip of alcohol.
Yeah. Or right, every night my mum used to watch. Do you know? I can't remember his name now.
What?
Inspector Morse.
My parents watched it.
Yeah, and then it changed to Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis watched it though.
Lewis was Rat Man, and then he had a show called Lewis. Right, my mum used to let me stay up late to watch TV for a few shows. One being Inspector Morse, the other being Amazing Race. Did you ever used to watch that?
No, I don't think.
Amazing Race. Oh man, it's where like you and your partner or your family member. Partner can be like, just the partner in the game, not like your actual partner, and you would be somewhere. You have to get somewhere else. It doesn't sound great, but yeah, like you have to backpack up mountains and stuff, get clues on that. I can't really go into how it works, but I'm just letting you know I had a great memory.
Okay.
Anyway, I felt that in the Toby podcast, it was good because we weren't just talking about relevant things.
Okay.
Because we started this podcast mainly wanting to kind of like just have points where we kind of argue with each other.
Yeah.
However, when we talk about things like on YouTube, Jake Paul, it's quite likely that we will agree on certain things, right? So I enjoyed it with Toby when we're asking the would you rather questions because we're actually getting into like some next level. Go on.
Right. So we did a would you rather video for More Sidemen.
Right.
Bruh. So like
after the podcast.
Yeah, very recently. And so many of them I disagreed with the guys. And obviously the point of would you rather is you put your point across. Yeah. Like if someone says this, you're like, no, I'd say this.
Is this one where you walk across the room?
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, the comments, they hate me.
Really?
They're literally there like, Simon, no, you can't do that. And I'm like,
for example, on what question?
It would be like, would you choose to know how you die or when you die?
Right.
What would you choose?
How you die or when you die? When I die.
So I chose how I die.
Right.
And I was like, I'd choose how I die because if I found out it was in like 3 days, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but then I think then isn't the response then like.
But if you found out it's a car crash, you'd never go near a car.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, that's my time. Like, I already know it's happening. That's how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to avoid cars all the time.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because if
never going to car again.
If it was how I die, if it was when I die, and it said 10 years.
Yeah.
From a car crash.
Yeah.
Then I've just spent 10 years where I've not gone near cars because I'm too scared of a car crash. Like, I could die tomorrow from a car crash. It doesn't change my mind of going in a car.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So when I say these points, everyone's like, Simon just shooting them down, like refusing their thing. And I'm like, well, no, the reason I think this is because of this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if you want to know when you die, that's your choice.
Well, yeah, it's like the whole point of would you rather is what would you rather?
Exactly. I'd rather what I just said.
No, you can't have that opinion, Simon.
Sorry.
You're wrong for having that opinion. So I got a few things that I've kind of like. First of all, I asked asked Discord, my Discord, your Discord, some friends to give us some questions. So I've got one of those. I'll go through the rest at some point as well. But I've also got some off Reddit. I thought Reddit's a great resource. YouTubers often now Reddit's the greatest thing for us YouTubers.
Yeah.
In two reasons why. Not just like our own subreddit. Man's Randolphin. Go and put some. We should do a podcast one. Go and put stuff to do with the podcast in our own Reddits, like your one, my Reddit.
No. We'll make a separate one.
Should we do one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make a separate one. We'll let you know what it is next time. But we should make it before this goes live so that they don't nab our name.
True.
Yeah, and put stuff about the podcast, and we'll. We always said we were going to do videos on this channel that we were kind of would just. It wouldn't be a podcast, but we'd come and sit on.
Yeah. I think the podcast works right now.
It does. Yeah. Maybe we'll react to the memes on one of our channels.
Yeah, or we could do it on here, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just have to read it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't make them too visual.
Yeah. Just funny things. Anyway, so yeah, you either just your audience give you things about yourself to react to, or you go into a subreddit where people just. I mean, yes, it is a little bit stealing that content, but it's funny. It's Reddit content is good content. So what we're doing in this podcast is I've started going through Ask Reddit, try and find some conversation starters. You know, this one is not that though. Starting off easy. If you could live in any video game world, which would it be?
See, I saw another one in the Discord.
Yeah, which was Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
if you're Super Saiyan
or Saiyan.
Oh yeah, sorry. If you're Saiyan, yeah.
If I could live in any world,
or it's not even like if you could live in the world. It's more like if that was reality. You know?
Yeah. I think I would probably Dragon Ball Z. Nah, there's too much like havoc in Dragon Ball Z, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Pokemon is a very easy one to go to because it would be mad. Like you had a Growlithe. Imagine that.
Yeah. Because realistically, Dragon Ball Z would be sick, and yes, I'm saying, but
then Frieza constantly destroys the planet.
Yeah, Frieza's destroyed my planet. Yeah. And you constantly have, if I live on Earth, for example, you constantly have people coming and just destroying cities.
I'm pretty sure. No, never mind. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they destroyed it. They destroy Earth in Dragon Ball Z, but I think they don't actually. They destroy the Saiyan planet.
Yeah.
That's what they destroy.
Well, yeah, you just constantly have, wherever I am, there's going to constantly be people coming to take over my world.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go fight them. I'm going to get beaten up. Then Goku's going to come through and show me up.
Yeah. If the question was like, could you be a Saiyan in our world? I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, like, I'd love to just like play football and be like, be Super Saiyan, just smash it in.
Yeah. I think Pokemon is the
out of those two, but I mean, I think Pokemon still is the best one out of any video game.
Yeah, I don't know any others because like Mario, it's like, yeah, Peach is, she's hot, but
I can't believe you said that.
What?
That's just funny.
But like, yeah,
Peach. I mean, yeah, she is hot, but
I don't want no Bowser, creeping around.
You got to compete with Bowser, man.
Exactly. He's gonna say me and Peach do the thing,
Yeah.
Bowser's gonna come kidnap her.
Yeah.
That's long.
And to get to her and him, you have to jump over like lava.
Yeah.
It's tough,
and I've got to keep shrinking and growing. That's not good for joints.
It's a tough one. I think Pokemon's the best video game out of all to be in. Like, Fortnite, no, I just don't want to get shot at. Halo,
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Oh.
But it looks like it hurts when you just
Call of Duty.
dissipate.
No. I think Pokemon.
Yeah, I'd go Pokemon.
Animal Crossing. That'd be great, man.
It would,
just dig holes, catch fish.
There's some hotter people in Pokemon.
Well, I mean, you haven't seen my villages in.
They're all animals, bro.
Bro, Peach ain't real. Anyway, the next ones are the.
No, I'm talking about the Pokemon people. I know they're not real either. But if I was living in that world,
well, like Misty and that.
Yeah, like Animal Crossing, they're all animals. I ain't sleeping no dog woman.
Well, each their own. Okay. This is a thinker, right?
Okay.
What's something you swore you'd never be into that you are now mildly obsessed with?
Love Island.
I was thinking the same thing.
Love Island, 100%.
Yeah.
JJ used to watch it all the time. And I was literally there like, no, I can't be asked. And then he was watching it downstairs. I think it was during the World Cup it was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was me and him used to watch it.
Yeah,
you were like, oh, this is dumb.
That downstairs bit where we didn't even have a sofa. We were just a TV on the
floor.
Bro,
no, hold on. You had a sofa and a TV in the living room, but you decided to watch TV in the hallway.
You know why that happened?
Why?
Because I got that TV for a brand deal.
Right.
It was a sick TV.
Yeah.
But I got it for a brand deal.
Is it this one here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I got it for a brand deal and I put it there for a bit of a vlog.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we've already got a TV in the room. I'll just put it here and I'll just have a little bit of the vlog. And it stayed there. And everyone was like, yeah, this TV is actually really sick. And we just kept coming back to it.
It's because that TV in the other room wasn't plugged in. And there were no plugs near it.
Think about what you're saying. Like, you had an extender. Like,
I know, but
I think we had 10 extenders as well.
I would have happily watched TV in that other room if you had it all set up, but it was never set up.
Nah, it was. Yeah.
You also had like a desk set up in that room.
Yeah, it's because we were going to try and set up a VR thing in there because that was a huge room, so we could actually play like VR games.
Yeah. That house was it was a disappointing house.
What do you mean?
Because the house was amazing.
Oh, as in we didn't fill it properly, like.
But no rooms were finished apart from your own rooms.
No, you say that, right? So if you go all the way to the top floor, the cinema was.
You never used it.
But it was finished.
But you never used it.
I went in there 3 times.
Not to watch TV.
Yeah, 3 times to watch TV.
You know, I filmed
I watched the film Italia.
Really?
I watched another film with the guys and we watched the Wembley Cup.
I remember when we were all all of us were just like crowded around a laptop, then my laptop after the Beerus video shoot, next to this next cinema room. No, actually, it was outside Vic's room, next to the router.
To be fair, that cinema was really long to set up.
It was
really long.
I shot the end part of Manchild was shot in that.
Was it?
Yeah, okay. Me and Con did it in there.
Then the room next to it,
the video, not it.
The other spare room,
yeah,
that was set up, and we had like Lachlan came and stayed for like 2
months. No, it wasn't
months.
set up.
It was
the one I was sleeping. That wasn't set up. Well, I slept in 2, but the podcast room,
the top room, the podcast room. It was. By the time we left, it was set up.
There was a setup in it, but you couldn't say that room had an identity.
I mean, Lachlan seemed fine with it.
All right.
But Elliot seemed fine with it. Maybe you're just fussy.
I never filmed in there, but yeah, okay.
Okay, then all our bedrooms were done. The gym was done.
Yeah.
The spare room there was done.
Mine and Dej's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
No.
Listen. The kitchen and the dining room bit. It wasn't a dining room. We had our table tennis table there. That counts.
The kitchen counts. That part, the table tennis part doesn't count too much.
Why?
It was just a place you would put stuff.
We put a table tennis table there. We played it a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times. Then it just became a table where you put stuff.
Okay. Then the hallway, yes. The far right room, we had a sofa with a TV.
But you didn't use it.
We didn't use it. The room next to it was Sidemen Clothing's office for a year.
When and the room next to that was the warehouse.
Yes.
When that was there,
but
that was
when
fine.
the warehouse went,
yeah,
I put a boxing ring in it for 2 months.
And a football pitch.
Yeah. And then we also had a New Year's party. We put a ball pit in there. I think that room got its use.
It didn't.
Move on. What's the next question?
No, you could have had a room. To be fair, you did always say that you wish you put a table where the ping pong table was to eat.
Yeah, Vic didn't let us.
Damn.
We found a table that was £300 and he said he doesn't want to put any money towards it. And we were like, oh, all right. He was like, we're not going to eat there, so what's the point? And I was like, we will if we have it.
Bro, Vic would just come down
and eat cereal at the kitchen counter.
Yeah, put a ready meal and go up.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun at that house, though. A lot of fun. All right. Love Island's the answer. But I want to think of I'm trying to think. Love Island's the only thing I can think that is.
It's the only thing I can think of.
There are surely more examples, but maybe games that I didn't. Fortnite was one. Fortnite was one for me.
No,
I was like, I'm never going to play this game. It looks awful. And I started playing it. I was like, actually, it's kind of lit.
Okay, next one.
The next one, okay. You're given the option to drop what you have and return to 31st of December. Does he hear my stomach rumbling? New Year's Eve, 2011, as yourself at that age, but with the extra 8 years of experience. Do you take it? Why or why not? So let me go again. I kind of said that really slow.
We actually answered this almost in the...
Oh, really?
Near in the Sidemen.
Okay.
We basically said, would you go back? It was like, would you go back to the age of 5 with the knowledge you have now?
I think that question is wrong though, because you can't go to the age of 5.
Well, we all said, a few of us said yes, because we were like, you go back and you'd have the knowledge of Apple and YouTube and stuff, and you would just be like, all right, Dad, invest all your money in Apple.
Well, no. First of all, you'd be the smartest 5-year-old ever.
Yeah.
But that question's not valid because you can't go back to your 5 and know what you know now, because at that age you don't know the concepts of what you know at this age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it has to be go 8 years back, because then it's relevant to you. Okay, if you ask a 13-year-old, go back 8 years, they can answer that question. But I don't think you can go back to the age of 5 and know what you know now, because a 5-year-old doesn't know what you know now. You can't unlearn.
It's a theoretical question, Randolph.
Yeah, and I think the ways this theoretical question is set up is wrong.
Okay, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Anyways, yes.
I think I should have chose the questions for your video, Simon, from Reddit. I didn't invent these. Answer my one, not the Simon one. Go 8 years back. How old are you 8 years back? 8 years ago. 8 years
19.
Ago.
So what? It's just go back and...
Yeah.
What, I have the knowledge I have now.
You're given the option to drop what you have now and return to New Year's Eve 2011 as yourself at that age, but with the extra 8 years of experience. Do you take it? Why not?
No. I don't take it. And because 8 years ago was the year before, literally New Year's, it'd be about a week after, or New Year's 2011, I uploaded my first video December 2012. and I hadn't gone to uni at that point by 2011. So I'd have to go through the whole uni stress again.
But you have the knowledge you know now, so you could just quit.
But it wasn't like, I mean, I barely stayed. I stayed there for 2 months.
You could stay there for 1 day.
I could have, but my mum wouldn't let me.
You could say to Mum.
No, I was.
Mum, listen. In 8 years, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Earning my own money.
Slapped me silly and been like, "That's the stupid thing."
I always say that I would do a lot of things differently if I could go back and do it again, but I don't think I would, because I think the mistakes you make and the not regrets. I don't
who you are today.
No, it's true though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it is.
You have to. But then again, if you can go back, you'll still have them. You'll still know those mistakes, and you still will have learned from them. But you get to do it again.
See, my thing is like,
I just won't do it.
I think the reason why my channel, one of the reasons, because I don't want to say it's like all to this, but because I uploaded like 3 videos a day for 3 years.
Yeah.
As much as I loved it, it's like, I don't want to do that again. And I have to go through that again. And it's not something.
No, you wouldn't. Oh, okay. No, you would.
Because I'd have to start my YouTube
that's how you got hit. How you got to where you are today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, yes, I could be smarter with my uploads instead, but I don't think YouTube at that time was that.
No.
Like, I don't think I could do videos now.
No.
That back then, and it would work.
No. I wish you could. With that, I wish you could do videos what you could do back then, though.
Yeah.
I wish now I could upload a video called Portal with Ethan.
Portal. I think it was
Portal 2 with Ethan. Sorry.
Bro, I did 3 videos. They're all on like 5 mil called like Derps in Vegas.
That one's so annoying because the vlog's like 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
No. There's one you did where you just went to Nate's Steak. You went to this, bro. You were in London with like, I think
it's called Steaks and Movies.
Bro, it's trash. The video's rubbish, fam. You're in London, right? And you're like, oh, I'm going to the cinema now. And then it cuts to a shot where it's like, oh, I've been to the cinema. Now I'm eating steak. How'd you like a steak? And then it ends. I'm like, what that? Bro, and I could just picture you back in the day being like, oh, I'm going to vlog today. I'm film, and then go home and be like, oh, right.
That's because people were actually interested in just like what you did.
No, there's a lot.
No. But now there's so many more people that are interesting.
Oh, yeah.
If your day isn't interesting, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, now it's like, hey, Jake Paulus, today I'm going to
set this house on fire.
yeah.
What?
Exactly.
That's a Jake Paul video. That's not something I'd do. Just pull it out.
Oh, man, but I do think that, like, yeah. I wish I could upload videos like you used to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You got one last one?
That was the last one.
Oh, okay.
That was the last one.
Okay.
You want to get more?
I think there was one more that I saw.
Oh, okay. You asked
on Discord.
On Discord, yeah, I haven't. Oh, okay.
So
it might be the one I actively didn't pick.
Really?
Yeah, you'd say it though.
Oh no. Where is it?
It's in the folder, right?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay.
Okay, this is a random one. Do you poo before? Is this the one?
Oh no, this is not the one.
Do you poo before or after you shower?
Surely everyone has the same answer here.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Who would do it afterwards?
I don't know.
I have
someone asked me it.
I have done it afterwards because I didn't know I needed to go before.
Yeah.
You know, but and then I'm like, yeah, I've messed up in the time. But it has to be before because that's how you clean yourself.
Yeah.
I saw Screw say on Twitter, Screw's a rapper,
yeah.
Screwface, say he just found out that people don't use the doofer, what do you call it? The scrub.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
the ball that has... Simon, help me out.
What are you talking about? What? The ball?
In the shower...
Yeah.
There's an item you use to wash yourself with. I call it a loofah. Loofah, not a doofer. A loofah.
Yeah.
A loofah. Right, the loofah, yeah. He's like, I've just found out people don't use that to kind of like wash their...
genitals.
Yeah, and their backside. I don't know why we keep it so PG on the podcast. It just feels wrong, doesn't it?
So I got annoyingly, I actually got like a Lynx set for Christmas. And one of them was like a scrub thing, like a loofah.
Right.
A Lynx one. And it literally says on the thing, like, avoid face and private areas.
Well, I think I was really shocked because he was saying, I can't believe people don't use that. But I have one of those.
And you do?
But I don't use it for those parts. I use my hands.
Yeah.
And I think he's like, I think he was saying that's gross. But you're in the shower.
Yeah, but I think he's like, you use that to... Why do you use it on... I assume you use it on like shoulders and chest.
Yeah.
Why do you use it on your shoulders and chest?
Because they are not my genitals.
But why ignore?
Because they are cleaner parts, right? They're cleaner parts of your body.
Why do you use it on your shoulder and chest? Not specifically those areas. Why do you use it? Full stop.
Because to make me cleaner.
So why wouldn't you use it on an area that you want to be clean?
Because I don't want to put it on a place that could be potentially dirty and then tomorrow put it on my shoulders again. You know,
but
I use my hands and I'll wash my hand. I'll clean my hands and then everything's perfect.
If you wash it on you,
yeah,
and then just like wash it off, is it not clean again?
Maybe actually, maybe you're right. It just feels for me that feels odd.
I kind of get what he's saying.
You know,
I don't think the backside.
Yeah.
Don't know about that because then you're actually like wiping it against like poo particles.
Yeah, that's what I'm being. That's what I'm specifically getting at here.
Yeah, genitals in general, I'm kind of like
yeah. I was putting them both in the same basket, but they're definitely not in the same basket. No, I'm speaking specifically about
backside region. Yeah.
Nah, because like you know, a lot of places they don't even have toilet paper. You have the bidet, and you use your hands.
That's gross.
And then you just wash your hands.
That's gross. That's gross.
What
my hand ain't going near? Nah.
Nah, yeah, I do agree. I do agree. However, you should just clean. You can do it in a way that you clean both, right?
Yeah.
But I do feel I do agree with you. I don't.
Have you used a wet wipe?
Yeah, I have.
Bangs.
It does actually. Everyone should use a wet wipe. Why do I actually use paper? It makes no sense. Have you ever been in a situation where you don't have any loo roll?
Yeah.
What have you used?
Oh, I found loo roll.
No, that's not the question I asked.
In like, I've gone out of my way to get the loo roll. Like you have to do like when I go for a poo, I stay there for a while.
Tell me what you mean though.
As in like
you'll leave your bathroom and go to the place in your house with loo roll.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying, have you ever been in a situation where you haven't had a loo roll?
No.
I have been in that situation.
What did you use?
I used a magazine.
That's gross. I need to end the podcast. Can we end this, please? That's gross.
I ripped a page out of it, then used it.
I obviously.
I thought you were gonna say I go and get the loo roll. I'm like, what? You go to the shops and just go outside in that situation? Nah, man. Nah, you can't do that.
Okay, let's end this. After hearing that, yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
And I appreciate it. Bye.